Excuse me, got a bit of a cold again. Anyway, this is Paul Hinton at Tech Model channel with my buddy Bill with Switcher in regards to the M4 WW1 tank, the female version. As you can see, the vehicle is actually, both sides now, they're actually, track modules are actually glued to the main structure. And they went together quite well, but I had a small gap on the front. You might just be able to see, I don't know if I can focus in a bit better, I don't know. Yep, you might just be able to make out a small piece of stripe just in there. See, I don't even see it. There you go. And apart from that, it was really good. And the tracks covered up, but I decided to just give it a bit of Vallejo plastic putty. It's a porcelain version. There it is. There she be. I find it's really great for that stuff because all you can do is get a nice pointy bit at the end, as you can see. If I do that, there you go. Quite a nice point. You can put it exactly where you want it. And then what I've got, I've left this here to show you. I use cotton bud. Oops, I'm going to focus out back here now. Sorry about that. Does that come back into? That's good. I used this little lid of water with a cotton bud, and what I do, put it in there, let it dry for about a minute and a half. Dip the cotton bud in, took some of the moisture off and rubbed it along the seam, and what you get is actually a very smooth layer of filler, and it wipes all the excess off, and any other excess I'll go to the oven, dab it again, just dab it and get it right, and then soak any moisture up with a little tissue, and I find that done that perfectly. And as I said, you won't see it because it's underneath, but I wanted to fill it because I knew it was there. So it's a very good way of using Vallejo's plastic putty, which is like a porcelain stuff, as they say. It works really well for very small areas where you can fill a seam up, let it dry for a little while, and then run it along with a damp cotton bud, or even a paintbrush. When most people done it, but I use a cotton bud. I find it a bit easy to use in this area. So, and it worked really well. So that was that good. That was that bit. Sorry. So that just shows you an easy way of using Vallejo's filler to fill a small crack and then using it. It's great for aircraft and all. So, but any model really, but I just decided to use that putty there. So that worked really well, so I'm pleased with that. So I'm going to move that out of the way because I've talked about it. So that Vallejo putty, very good, with water and a cotton bud and rubbing the excess away. There you go, that's it. Another thing, a little safety thing, this is my blade that I use on my bender. Now, of course, these blades are very sharp, but they're also really good and firm when you're pulling up and bending metal. So it's very good. But the way I do for safety, I actually get a crocodile clip. This is a small one. It goes on the end of the blade like so, and as you can see now, the sharp area now is completely covered. You can't see it now. I'm okay using this small clip because it's perfect for what I use, but you could use a slightly deeper one so it really covers the whole blade up, so when you push it up inside, as you can see, if I push it all the way, the blade is coming through, so I don't want to do it, so I just cover the end up where the blade is. So now I can pick that up and it's basically pretty harmless. I'm going to put that back on my little thing. It's on a magnet clip, as I'll show you later on. It's on my magnet knife. It's actually meant for knives, but it's a magnetic, and it really holds everything up there. All my tools are sort of hanging high, so just pull them off. So that was a really good safety tip. That crocodile clip, perhaps use a bigger one, but I'm quite happy with this one, as long as it covers that sharp area over. Of course, just a handy little tip there. There you go. Right. Now these are the grousers that go on the track. I haven't put them on, but I've got two trays and they've both got 15 in. And they'll be going on the tracks later before I actually mount them. I have test measured the tracks on the vehicle and they all fit lovely. So that shouldn't be too bad to go. So that was good. What else can I say? Right, the tracks are here. Like I can see, I'll move it over to the middle a little bit there. As you can see, the tracks do go up. And to prove it covers that little bit anyway, there you go. I'm just going to lay them across. But they do lay on there lovely and they do fit perfectly. It's 80 links, as I said last time. So there you go. I've also put the photo edge on the inside of the rails there. The bars, the actual what do they call it, trenching device that goes on when they get stuck in the mud. They put the big oak beam. I've got that to build, and it actually used to be attached onto the back of the vehicle ready for use, and then what it would do is it would go round the vehicle on the tracks and come back and go across. The beam would scrape across his bar and go back underneath and start all over again. So that's the idea of that. Obviously I wouldn't particularly want to start putting it on and using it in a trench warfare, but it was used. What else? I also said I was going to spray inside the vehicle black. I'm still going to do that, but what I found when I put one of these track modules on, I found that because of the angle of the plating that goes in from both sides, I can actually spray up all inside the vehicle before I put the actual machine gun housings on the side. I'll just take this bit of track off now because I don't want to break it. There you go. I'll take that one off and I'll show you what I mean. Because if you tilt there, I can actually spray in that way, turn the vehicle round and do exactly the same and still get to everywhere inside the back of that vehicle. So it's going to be black inside, but it'll be just done now, basically, before when I finished all the last little bits of this vehicle. Now if I look at the instructions, technically I finished, apart from doing the grouses on the track, all I've got to build now is the grouses on the track and the machine gun areas. So that's my next job. Now I've got to be honest, because the vehicle's got no interior, I shall build it all up and I shall spray inside of these oh, what do I call them? If I've been telling Switcher all the time and I forgot. It's called a turret assembly, but it's called sponsons, sponsons. On the side, I'm going to actually spray inside black as well, so it's all black inside. Another suggestion, another thing you've got to remember doing this vehicle, and I wished I'd gone further in the instructions and had a closer look, because when you put the sponsons on, you have to take some of the rivets off, 6 rivets off either side of the actual sponson area, the open area, when I'm going to point to them. So basically, where's my little pointer? I'll use this. Right. Oops. That's great stuff. Right, there we go. So you have to take the rivets off, starting at the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on all four sides, 2 sides of it each side. Take the rivets off. Your instructions clearly marked. You need to do that, otherwise basically the female sponsons at least won't fit in place on the vehicle. So that's what I've got to do soon. Now I wish I'd done that before I actually built the sponsons up, because it would have made sense. So when I build the tadpole later on, I will do that. And I'm trying to find a bit where it actually says you have to, oh here it is, there you go. So there we go. If I do that and zoom in, is it going to focus? Yeah, that sort of. There you go. It points out it's actually 6 on both sides. I've got to take on both sides of the vehicle, but this is one side that's showing one side. You've got to take 6 of those bolts off to actually get it to fit flush. So I wish I'd done that before I built the sponsored the actual track modules up. If I'd have done that, it'd made life easier. But I'm okay. I've got like a very fine modelling chisel, so it will do that job for me. So that's that bit. So let's come back out again. There you go. So once I've actually I'm going to do the track bits and pieces on grouses. Have got to be cleaned up still. They've got to be done. But apart from now, I'm really happy with the build guide. So that little seam there is gone now. But if I lay the tracks over the top of it, you'll see what I mean. It just disappears anyway. You couldn't see it, but I've done it, and when I spray paint it, it'll all mingle in with the rest of the vehicle. So these tracks are really nice, the old tack-on ones. So if you do buy a tank now, the newer versions of this vehicle have got these clickable tracks inside the pack evidently. So you should be alright if you buy one of the later versions. But my one didn't have it. Had the pack, and I've actually put those in what I call, is it the recycle bin? That's it, outside in the garden. So it's gone. I didn't want to keep them. They gave me bad dreams. Anyway. So I hope you I did load a video up earlier today in regards to the actual track modules. I just hope everyone looks at I did put the link in for Switcher's build in regards to the building the track modules themselves, and you can see what I mean. I think I explained it quite well. All I would say is when I was talking about let's get the bit up. When I was talking about putting the wheels on the outer plate, what I should have said, obviously the instructions clearly state you've got to be on the other side of the plate, but I didn't mention that when I was talking about it. So remember, the wheels, you'll build them on the inside plate, not on this side, the outer side. Can't be on the outside, it'll be no good for the vehicle anyway. But just to make sure that you put them on the inside, but the outer plate is the best place to do it. I know I'm going to be doing that on my tadpole. It's going to be a lot easier doing it like that. Well done, Switcher, for that one again. I'll mention that again, because he's the one that actually done it, saw it, and kudos to him for doing it. Lovely. So, right. So, as you can see now, so I'm basically getting near the actual painting stage, but I will have to paint it black inside, as I said earlier. So, what else can I think of? Yep, just the safety of that them blades. These are really good for using on the folding machines, but you really need to be careful. I've got a box of these little the knives. They last for a long time, and believe it or not, they're made in the USA, so it's pretty good. But a crocodile clip, a bigger one would be better, because if it goes right down to that, it can fit. If it goes all the way down onto there and it still covers the blade up, it would be better. So a bigger clip would have been better, but I'm quite happy knowing that that's covering the blade up. So I always hold it like this. Now when I get it and I'll get it out, and I just do that. So, but it does cover the blade up. There you go, and that's going to go back on my little, I don't know if you heard it, it's magnetic, so it just sits up there lovely. So that was I think that could be the end of this short video for now. So the next stage you should see it with the sponsons on, and both sponsons are on, and the model will be completed. So before I even touch any paint, apart from the inside, I will paint the inside. I will actually show you the vehicle complete, ready to go. I may put the tracks on to show you the complete model with tracks, but I'll wait and see. But these clips, I've got spare tracks anyway, but the clips are pretty good. They seem to come on and off as you want them, but you've got to be careful as you get them off, but they do break off quite easily. So they snap off quite easily, so that's a good thing. Right then, remember, really good stuff, Vallejo putty. I don't like advertising other people's goods, but at the end of the day, if it's good, I don't mind mentioning it. So that's really good putty for small cracks and everything, using, as I said, liquid and a cotton bud, and I think they're called, I can't remember what they're called in Canada and America. I think they're called something else, but we call them cotton buds over there because it's got cutting on the head and it looks like a bud at the end of a flower plant. Perhaps that's how it's got its name. So a cotton bud, bit of water, wipe straight across the art, give it about 2 minutes to set, pull it over quickly, and basically you end up with a lovely smooth joint. Yep, it does shrink a little bit, so keep an eye on it, but if it does shrink, just go over it again a little bit, and after it's completely dry, and you'll get a perfect seam. I only done it the once, so I was quite lucky. Put it over, zoom, it's gone. Thank you very much for watching this update, and I'll see you next time. Thank you very much. Bye.